Hello, I'm Mary Hughes. I write steamy, wickedly fun urban fantasy and romance. This is Biting Christmas Abridged. Nixie and Julian slide into a hot tub honeymoon, but things turn nasty when Santa Vamp and Mrs. Claus show up. This story has been edited for streaming to tone down the intimate scenes. However, the bedroom door is not closed, but ajar. Listen at your own discretion. Biting Christmas Abridged, Part 7. While Julian fights Lestat vampires, Nixie is fighting their leader, Carol Newman. But Nixie is tiring when she gets an idea. Carol prepared to charge me. Steam shot out her nostrils like a bull. I gulped. She dug her toes into the frozen grass like a matador's worst nightmare, pawing the ground before a charge. My heart hammered my ribs. With a roar, she barreled straight at me. I quivered until she was almost on top of me, then stepped back. One small hop for Nixie, one giant advantage for Nixie kind. She missed me. As she steamed by, I grabbed her jaw, adding my forward momentum to hers, and aimed her at the nearest street sign. She stumbled, did a header into the pole. Into the metal pole. My hand on her jaw, opening her mouth. Her tongue came out and stuck. She pulled back. Her eyes opened wide. Pain has a new meaning when your tongue is about to rip from your head. If she guessed how to get loose, though, I was sunk. I had to keep her distracted. Yank free, chicken. Come on, yank. Double dare you. She glared fire, tried again to pull away. Tears sprang into her eyes. Triple dog dare you. I knew how to get loose, but only because I'd been Darwin Award stupid at the age of 7. The fire department and some warm water had rescued me. She tried again. The tears trickled onto her cheeks. They froze too. I had a second to check on Julian. He'd managed to down a couple dogs and one rogue, but 2 Lestats and the rest of the pack battled him, and he bled from several wounds. Too many dogs and rogues still attacked, and soft-hearted Julian was trying not to hurt the dogs. Acid fear shot through me. Julian fought fiercely, but he was like a great stag. The yipping pack must eventually bring him down. Twinkling colors lit the battle, a horrible contrast. The Christmas tree was heedless of the drama going on beneath it. Too bad it couldn't fight. Or... Julian, Doctor Who! What? Not what, who? After the honeymoon, I was going to nail him to a lazy boy and Clockwork Orange's eyes to a TV. David Tennant, the first 2 Christmas specials. A whirling tree of destruction, ornament bombs. I ran toward the 2-story municipal tree. Nixie, our tree can't fight. Julian lunged at a rogue. Not the tree. I veered toward the bandshell. The doctor explodes the bombs with his sonic screwdriver. He knifed the rogue. Unless you have a sonic screwdriver, whatever that is, Julian, listen to me, with his amplified sonic screwdriver. I vaulted up the bandshell stairs 2 at a time, hit the podium at a flat run, twirled a dial and flipped a switch. Julian, thank the stars, was quick. He covered his ears. As a punk musician, I mostly play guitar, but sometimes I sing. Punk singing is like a cat getting a full Brazilian. I can scream with the best of them, at least earplug level with my naked voice. With a PA system, I can do actual physical damage. And vampires have uber-sensitive hearing. I screeched to a G above middle C. The dogs whined. I clawed my way up an octave. The dogs tucked tail and fled. A street lamp popped. Vampires clapped hands to ears, faces scrunching in pain. I hit and held high C. The vampires shrieked. Julian, tough through his pain, walloped one with a kick to the head. The other got a brisk knee to his soft dangly bits. Every ornament on the municipal Christmas tree shattered. My throat froze. Julian dropped hands from ears, grabbed a bazooka, and three-hole punched Lestat hearts. It was over. I slid into the simmering fizz of the hot tub, waiting for the naked man of my dreams. Home on the Range blasted my ears. I snatched up my juke. Mother, did you enjoy the Christmas specials, deet Linda? I paused. The Christmas specials. The Santa Claus, A Christmas Story, and Doctor Who. Because of them, we'd stopped the Lestats, foiled Carol Newman. We'd found the activation key in the litter of red glass. Julian wanted to send it on to the ancient one in Iowa, but I said, no way. First, I knew from all those movies what happened if you didn't destroy stuff like that right away. Second, honeymoon, remember? Severely nookie-deprived new wives were fangier than the oldest fee guy. Julian destroyed the key. A heart from the morgue made Santa almost as good as new, and after a nice rest in the soil, he promised to find and destroy the hypno-resonator as well. A happy ending, because growing up, Mom made me watch the Christmas specials. Yes, I said in all honesty, Julian and I enjoyed them very much. Speaking of, Julian glided through the door, carrying 2 glasses and wearing nothing but a smile. I'm about to enjoy another. Good, good. I just wanted to remind you of dinner in an hour. She hung up. What? I screeched at the phone. Your mother. Julian set the glasses down. Home. Dinner. In an hour. Then let me show you what I can do in 59 minutes. He took my phone and tossed it out the door, then slipped into the... Minus time for commercials, of course. What? I blinked at him. Plus a little time for station identification. He wrapped me in his arms and kissed me. Okay, so what if I was due for Maternageddon in an hour? Here and now, I was in heaven. I grabbed the tops of my husband's broad shoulders. He lifted them slightly, making his trapezius muscles 2 convenient handholds. I kneaded happily. 59 minutes? He turned us in the water and leaned me against the tub's lip to press against me. I'm going to use every second. I swallowed. I thought there were commercials coming, but right now you're getting the full show. His breath warmed my neck, his purr rumbling against me as he pressed more insistently. I'd like to point out, I gasped, that only part of me is getting the full show. Good point. He stopped pressing and licked where my pulse throbbed even faster. I groaned. That's nice, but not what I had in mind. I know what you have in mind. It's coming to. First this. He opened his palms against my naked skin, the steam suctioning us together. His palms tugged like thousands of tiny tongues. I started my own purr. Okay, a few coming attractions before the main feature. That's good. We switched from television to film now. He began to press against me again. Heat pooled in my belly. Electric jolts radiated out. He stopped again. No more breaks. Not even this. Lean back. Hips still pressing against me, he slid hands down until his fingers framed my aching peaks. Only a whisper separated meaty flesh and square, strong digits. Promise me bites are coming. Promise. He lifted his upper lip to show 2 sleek fangs descending. I shivered. Leaning back, I set my elbows on the lip of the tub in anticipation. He pinched. Sensation sang through me, tightening muscles making my back arch. He pinched again. I moaned and curled forward. He was drawing things out, but it was driving me nuts. 2 could play at that game. I arched back, lifting my breastbone toward the ceiling, and let my head fall onto the tub surround, which just happened to extend my throat under his mouth, my pulse hammering now. I cracked my eyes at him. His gaze was gratifyingly riveted to my throat. He swallowed and swallowed again, hard. Bite? I said sweetly. Damn it, he was panting. You were so beautiful, so soft under my hands, so hot and tight elsewhere, but not yet. No. I squeezed his sensitive flesh where we pressed together. He howled. My smile broadened. Finish this commercial and get to the good stuff. My heart. His eyes flared red. Your desire is my command. He pressed us together until we melded, until my pelvis beat with a dark heat, throbbing, about to burst. My sight narrowed to a black-rimmed pinhole. He stopped. I scissored my legs around his hips fast enough to splash a gallon of water and constricted like spandex. He relented with a groan until stars floated around the edge of my vision. He gasped. Tight. I reached for him, wrapped fingers in his hair, and pulled. Sharp. Not yet. He resisted. I want you so ready, so crackling hot, that one bite makes you go up like a bonfire. I'm there, damn it. I've been crackling for weeks. Bite me, Julian. Light that fire. No, yes! I swirled my hips against him, grinding like a living pestle, and lifted my chin so high I was nothing but pulse. Bite me! With a throttled cry, Julian wrapped me tight in his arms and bit my throat. Hard shock waves exploded inside me, deep inside, but they were so powerful they quaked outward through bone and organs and flesh and skin into the very water around us. Climax ripped me in half, smashed me back together, ripped and smashed again and again. Julian was shouting, driving ecstasy, making him a wild animal. He beat against me in solid waves of pleasure, his muscles slapping water into crisscross ripples that caressed me like extra hands. I went higher and higher still. He growled and bit down, and I crested again. He kept pounding until I felt wrung out with pleasure. He slowed and nuzzled my neck, licked lightly, closing the bites, then nuzzled again. I relaxed in his arms. He turned us so that I was cuddled in his lap. He nestled his head against my neck and purred. My favorite Christmas special. Together we floated in the fizzy warm water. How long? My voice didn't quite work. 14 minutes. Julian lifted his head. His rumble caressed me. We can do that 3 more times. Before dinner, that is. I smiled into his laser blue eyes. After, well, we have the rest of our lives. I hope you've enjoyed this abridged version of Biting Christmas. You can find the full story in Biting Holiday Honeymoons, free at many vendors. This has been Biting Christmas, written by Mary Hughes, copyright 2008-2016. Thanks for listening.